I wanted to record the video today and go and show you what's happening inside of my Fiverr inbox. So guys, if you are new here, I'm running my social media marketing agency on Fiverr. I've been doing this since 2017. I've been able to pass 7 figures doing that. If you actually, I can show you right here, if we go to the statistics overview, for the last 30 days, I was able to make 30K so far. Of course, that's not the highest I was able to make. I was able to make more on Fiverr, but as you can see already, these sort of numbers are just incredible. And I want to show you how I'm answering to the messages, what sort of messages I'm getting as well. I will be as transparent as possible. Of course, some things I cannot show due to the confidentiality, but let's see how it goes. This is the first time. I don't think anyone on Fiverr has ever done this, to be honest, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but I hope that's gonna be useful, because like this you can see what's just happening inside of Fiverr, and you can see what sort of maybe clients that you could expect getting. Okay, so let's get started. We are currently in the inbox. I'm gonna refresh one more time. So I do have quite a lot of messages in the last 24 hours, and I'm just gonna kind of like walk you through how I usually do this. So like this you are also aware, and maybe if you're an existing seller, that might be useful, because I'll be showing you some tricks that I use as well when answering messages to make it more simplified, to make it on point. I don't like to really have a lot of ongoing conversations. If I feel that I can help the client, I go straight away and tell them that they should order this service or not, or they should do other things as well. Okay, so we are checking right now here. We have 66 messages. So usually when I get, I would say maybe 40, 50, maybe more per day. I don't know, I don't exactly know, but if I don't respond for half of the day, I'm gonna definitely be at, maybe more than 60 messages, right? So it's getting a lot of traffic. And of course, sometimes people write it again, they answer and etc. So, but let's first take a look here. We have, when you answer the messages, you always have these messages with the timer, right? So the timer, it says you need to respond within 24 hours. So in reality, this is the biggest factor, because if you go to your, for example, dashboard, you're gonna see the inbox response time, right? Right now it says 6 hours. So this number affects your response time on those timer messages. So if you can respond sooner, better, that's better for you. So you have to be very careful, because for example, 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, so let's say if we go, I think I have a few messages here at 6 hours, right? So if you respond longer than 6 hours, my response rate is going to be going worse and worse. If I respond quicker than 6 hours, it's going to be keep improving. The first thing I do is I go to the first message just to see like how many messages there are out there, right? The last one, I can see the last one is a day ago, so about 24 hours ago. And the first thing I do is I go and respond to the timer messages. So let's say we have the first timer message, and this is as well came from the promoted gigs, right? So I mean, sometimes I wouldn't say it's always super accurate. Sometimes let's say the client could came organic, and then they saw your ad, and then they decided to message you again. So the first thing here is when you get a message, you obviously need to be reply as soon as you can. Here we have, hey, I run my social media marketing agency. I currently have 1 client. I would love to hire you some to run our own social pages. Stay in touch. When we get more clients, we can hire you again. And when somehow we can chat frequently, we can get response fast to update, change details. Our agency is called CRS Marketing. We're hoping you could check out our Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Let us know. We need high quality. Okay, so these kind of messages I do get quite a lot usually. And I think it's because of, we have people like Iman Gaji, we have others who are, influencing others to start their agencies. And then of course, in their courses, they say you need to find the contractor, you need to find, a media buyer who is going to be doing the work for you. You should not do work for, yourself. You should find someone who's going to do work for you. I mean, in practice, probably it's yes, but still there is a level of control that you always need to have. In our case, we have everything, we have a full control of everything they do. I don't like to hire someone and just kind of rely on that person. I would like to have my team member who is working with me and we are able to provide the service, right? So here, what I will usually reply, first of all, hey. And of course, you can have a shortcut for this. I don't have a shortcut, so I'm just gonna reply first like this. Hey, thank you for your message, and it's nice to connect with you. Just a second. Okay, so the first thing, you always want to be nice. You want to thank. You don't. I don't like to say dear, hello, hi, sir. I try to avoid. Just hey, thank you for your message. Nice to connect with you. And usually when I look at this, so I need to know their social media page. Before I can really suggest anything, I need to know their social media page, like the client page, to be able to see what I can do for them. Because many times they want one thing, they ask me for another thing, and I can of course find, and if I'm Googling here as a partner SaaS marketing, blah, blah, blah. So they have a LinkedIn page. This is the Australian LinkedIn. So this guy is probably, he's a student at the moment. He is actually, let's see here, he's finishing university soon. Honestly, I would say that's not gonna work, because usually when we have something like this, the communication, the level of communication that needs to be done with the client, it's really like on a high level. I'm afraid that this guy, might not be very capable of keeping it up. I might be wrong, but when usually you're just getting started, you will make mistakes, because you need to learn the process. So of course I can do my part, but I'm not sure how he's gonna keep up with his own part, right? Because it feels like he just wants to throw this client to me and I'm just gonna be handling. I can do that, but it's probably going to be better to work on the different sort of agreements, like a commission agreement, right? Commission level. But let's see. Let's reply still and say, yes, I can potentially help you with this, but I will need to review the client Instagram account first. Thanks. So I will be just like this. If he sends me the client Instagram, if he has it already, that could potentially work. I could take a look at their Instagram. I can say, okay, I can do this, I can do that, and that way it's gonna work. Okay, the next thing, what I do have my labels here, and I have a label called agency. So this label just helps me understand that I'm talking to an agency, right? So I have to be careful and know that this is an agency. So like this, I can maybe also offer them something more in the future. And what I do after is I go here and just move to archive. I like to keep my inbox. I didn't do that before, like let's say 7 months. I started doing that like 6-7 months ago. So for example, if I scroll all the way down, you can see one of my last like 6 months ago, because I prefer just to put them, put them in archive, because like this it gets clean and I don't like miss something, right? So it makes it easier to keep track on the conversation. So when you have more and more, if you're just getting started, the earlier you're gonna do, probably it's gonna be better for you. Okay, let's go and check out the second inbox message that we have here. Okay, the second one is a Fiverr Pro client. Hi, I'm looking for someone to help me with B2B social media to generate leads. My website is this. I already have thousands of emails. How can you help me and how much will it cost? Okay, so the first thing, usually when clients are sending you messages like this, like they want to help with the leads, they want to increase their sales, they want to have blah, 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 right? The biggest issue is that they're not really understanding, they're not really like reading your gig, because they're like, okay, I see this seller, he has good reviews, and I'm just going to send him a message to see if he's going to help or not, right? So the biggest issue, and here we can see they have POS machines, right? Terminals, they have software as well that they're using. So it's a very, complicated niche in one way, because he wants to have leads, he wants to have sales, he has thousands of emails, right? So it's not probably the best, let's say, client for the best fit for this service that I do. On their website, I don't see their Instagram account or social media accounts, so that's not really visible, but it's always good if the client sends you an email, the website, just make sure you check everything, right? Check if they have social media pages, if they have anything. Looks like they don't have any email and social media pages. On the right side, you can actually see that this client seems to be legitimate. I mean, they spent a good amount of money on Fiverr. You can see, I mean, they're from US, they are on Fiverr since 2017, so he probably is familiar with the marketplace. Okay, so I will reply something. Again, if you can know the name, that's always better. For example, Mike CFC US. So he's probably, his name is Mike, but let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's Mike. Let's say thank you for your message. And I will ask straight away, do you have an Instagram account created? If so, could you send me the username so I can review it? Thanks. Okay, so again, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna put any label because I don't know, you know, what's his status, so we're gonna keep it as it is, and we're gonna just go and move it to archive. Okay, let's go and reply some more. Maybe we'll try to be a little bit faster again. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Vasily Kichikin, can you help me with my Instagram? My account is older than 1 month, but I don't post anything yet. As I understood, you need to have at least 15 posts. Can I do it in the next couple of days and order? I have currently 9 followers. What type of growth should I expect by taking your service? Okay, so again, good thing to see what's the client status. You can see from France, has been a long time in Fiverr, completed 34 orders, average rating given 5.0, which is good. Average order price under 35, which is might be not very good because he probably will expect you a lot more, right? But I might be mistaken, so you know, who knows, but that's just my initial thoughts. So I will say, hey, thank you for your, because when I promote account needs to be at least 1 month old, and the first post that they have on the Instagram should be posted, let's say, a month ago, right? So I will just explain them that because it doesn't make sense to ask his Instagram, etc. So they don't have anything there yet. So I will say, in order to run this promotion, you need to have the first post posting. You need to have the first post posted at least 3 to 4 weeks ago. So it's better to start posting now. We can start running the promotion in about 3 to 4 weeks. Thanks. Just a simple, you know, like nothing really crazy, just to explain he needs to have, you know, this number of posts. That. Okay, next one. Can you explain exactly what you do, reach out to followers and target audience? Again, these sort of messages, they are possible. People don't know what you're doing, even though you're explaining. So I would always suggest to, in my case, I need to see their Instagram. I can't really tell much because I can tell them the strategy, but then they send me the Instagram and I think, oh, I cannot do anything. So it's better to always ask for their Instagram username. Okay, could you send me your Instagram so I can review that first? And again, you can have the shortcuts, you can have this. I'm just replying like this. I do have shortcuts for other things which I'm going to show you, but this is just for this. Okay, we're straightforward, just asking for Instagram. That's it. You know, nothing really crazy because we need to see what's happening. I have a question. I want to start growing my Instagram because I want to become a content creator. I've been posting reels, but they don't get any views. Will your service help with that? In theory, that could be a potentially good client. So let's ask the same. Yes, the service could potentially should work for you, but I will need to first. The same, just asking for Instagram, you know, just want to make sure we can see. Let's reply one more, and I'm just going to show you the ones that are actually coming back, and I need to take a more steps. Hey there, do you do SEO? So I need to have further creations for Insta. Do you only take care of the SEO? All of that. Thank you. Take care. In regards to development stuff, of course. Okay. So interesting. So let's say, hey, thank you for your message. You know, sometimes you might get clients who are trying to like ask other things, you know, like, can you do this? Can you do that? And for me, it's always, I know my script, like I know my strategy. I need to know their Instagram. I'm checking their Instagram. If it's good, I can do the service, and I can tell them I can only help you with this. If it's not good, I tell them, sorry, I cannot help you with this. So I think that's should be pretty straightforward. Could you, let's just double check, could you send me your username? Just okay, so let's check some messages that are potentially coming with response. So, okay, we have this response. I asked for the Instagram username, and he's like, okay, our main account is this one, a lot of fans, our product related account are this. So he has multiple accounts, which is good, you know, because when you have client with multiple accounts, you can always come up with something, an offer, or you can come up with a deal. And of course you need to remember, and I'm not, let's say, perfect with this sometimes, but you need to understand when someone messages you and responds to you pretty fast, they expect you to respond as well quite fast. And if you respond fast, you have higher chances to close the client within the next 30 minutes. If you wait longer, it might not be because he's talking with you, he's talking with someone else, he's talking with other person, right? So it's a very complicated scenario. So you have to be quick. Okay, so we have their Instagram usernames. We're just going to check the account looks old enough. This one looks old enough as well. June the first post. This is the main account. So I mean, it's a pretty big account. Of course, my growth is not going to be, you know, in thousands of people every single day. So, but they definitely will notice the difference. So, and I can see that I can only help with them with the account growth. So I cannot really help them with the content or anything like that because it's a different language. Yeah, so it's not something that I can effectively create. So we can respond straight away and just tell what we can do. Thank you for your reply. And we can put his name, because if someone mentions the name, it's always good to, because it's you know, when someone calls you by name, it makes it feels good, you know. So the same as should be here. Thank you. I have looked at the accounts and I can help you with the growth part. And I can just list the account. So I can list this one account. I can also help with this account, and that's it, right? So one, I can grow for this one. Can help him grow this one and this one. This one. Okay, so the next thing, I do have my shortcut, which is here. I go to my shortcuts, and I have two shortcuts. I have how growth is done 2 and how growth is done 1, right? So I can use 1 because the first one is my first gig, the second one is the second gig. So like this, I can send traffic to both gigs, and the both gigs will get more orders. So here you can see I do the growth by liking people's stories. It's pretty unique, gets good engagement, gets good growth. The growth could be blah, 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 right? And then I'm happy to start right away. So I can say here, because he wants to have multiple accounts, so I can say here are the packages. And I'm happy to come up with a deal to grow. Let's say how many accounts we have here. We have 1, 2, 2. I'm happy to come up with a deal to grow 3 accounts. Just let me know which package do you want to go for. Thank you. That's it. You see, so very straightforward. We're here, and then the next thing I do is I add the label. The label is if the account is good, if everything is good, I have a label called growth potential. That means that I know that this account could be growing, like it's okay to start using my service, and that's it. And then I can just put it back in the archive. So let's do one more. For example, this one here. Okay, so one more question. What follows by attracting will be United States, because that's what I'm going, but we might expect. Okay, that works as long as the regular followers have buy some of my products. So you have to be very clear here, because sometimes people want to have like, okay, they want to buy, they want to have sales. This promotion is not for sales. Sales, it's a very complicated action. It doesn't happen just by, using someone's help. It has a lot of different parts and, chains. So all the chains have to be connected. So I can say straightforward, thank you for your reply. Sounds good, but keep in mind, I can't promise you sales from this promotion. Thanks. Okay, so he has my link because I already sent him this link before. So he's just double checking, and you want to be direct. You want to say like, no, you should not expect sales, or you should expect sales, right? You have to be direct with people, because otherwise it creates a lot of different complications, because at the end of the day you don't want to refund the client if he you said that you can do this and then eventually you were not able to deliver. So guys, I hope this was useful. We answered a few messages. I don't know how this format is going to be. If you like me to do this more, I'm happy to spend more time and just show you more cases, more examples. This was just like a kind of like a random, not a random idea, but that was just like, I didn't have the script or anything. I just went to my inbox, answered some messages as a timer, showed you, and you can expect what clients are messaging you maybe in the future, or if they're currently messaging you, you can see my replies, you can see what I'm doing with the labels, with the shortcuts, right? How I'm structuring with the archives, so you can just understand how it works. And of course, keep in mind, the faster you reply, the faster you're gonna close the client. And if the client replies to you quick, right, I suggest don't wait for an hour or 2 hours, because they're gonna reply to someone else. It's the same when you're trying to find someone who can create logo for you, right? You're gonna send multiple messages to different sellers, and whoever replies first and is gonna be responsive, is gonna be clear on the offer and everything, that's the one who is gonna get the job, right? So don't make it complicated for your buyer. Like, don't make it clear. You see you can help, just say, I can help you with this. This is the link. You can place an order, choose one of the packages, and we can get started today. Be clear. That's what the buyer wants. The buyer wants to be clear, that you understand what's happening, that they know what you can help them with, and that's it. It's okay if you cannot help them with everything. They will hire someone else to do other things. For example, I can help with the Instagram growth. I don't respond to comments or send DMs. They can find someone who can do that for them, right? It's a very simple, it's very clear, but that's how you're gonna be successful, and you won't have any issues with the client communication and understanding as well. So thank you so much. Don't forget, if you can check out my Instagram, I try to go more behind the scenes. You can see what's happening with my SMMA on Fiverr, and just in general my journey as well. And of course, I have a free Fiverr course that it's open for everyone. You can see the link in the bio. You can sign up for my newsletter. You will get it as well. It's up to you, no pressure. If you don't want to, you don't need to, but this is just an option. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.